Hi, hello, welcome to the channel Knowledge Center. Today, let us take one more question from the year 2018-19. This question is going to talk about the illumination. Illumination is the second module in the chapter in the subject utilization of electrical power. So here, I have taken from the same year so that you can continue with the previous videos. This question says that there are two lamps posts are 16 meter apart. So they are 16 meter apart and fitted with a 100 candle power lamp, each at a height of 6 meter above the ground. Okay. Calculate the illumination on the ground under each lamp. That is the first condition, and second condition is midway between the lamps. So this statement has been picturized here. There are two lamps, L1 and L2. Each is going to have the same candle power. Both are of 100 candle power. So both are same lamps, same capacity lamps. And they are apart from each other by 16 meters. So they are placed 16 meters away from each other. And the height from this lamp to the ground, the distance is 6 meters. I hope this is clear for you. And they are asking you to find the illumination under each lamp. So here, under this lamp, I have pointed A, and here I have named it as B, point B. See, you need to find the illumination at point A and point B. That is the first case. First, let us find that. Later, we move for the second case. So, according to the first case, what would be the illumination here? At the point A, let me first solve for point A, then I will go for point B. So, point A, at this point, we get illumination or a light from lamp 1 as well as from lamp 2. But from lamp 1, we get a straight line. You can observe here, it is exactly below the lamp. So, we get the straight line here. Okay, straight light. But from lamp 2, we get it like this. It is an inclined. Means we won't get the straight exact below here. We get some angle. So when we join this, we get a triangle. We get a right angle triangle. Okay. So at this point, you can understand here that we get illumination from two lamps. Lamp 1 exactly below, and from even lamp 2, we get some light here. Right. So we need to add the effect of this lamp as well as this lamp. Then we get the total illumination at this point A. So we can say illumination, we generally denote it as E. So illumination at point A can be given as illumination due to the lamp 1 and plus illumination due to the lamp 2. Both has to be added and we should get the result. Now let's see how to get this illumination because of lamp 1 and lamp 2. So let us find this now. So illumination due to the lamp 1 at point A can be calculated by using a simple basic formula that we obtained using a inverse square law. That is, the illumination at this point is inversely proportional to the distance, square of the distance, and it is proportional to the candle power. So the formula is I by D square, where I is nothing but that is the intensity of a lamp, that is candle power. Okay, divided by square of the distance. Okay. So what is I here? I is nothing but that is the candle power, that is 100. It is given in the question directly. And what is the distance between the lamp and the point? That is 6 meter. So it is 6 square. So 6 into 6, 36. So once you simplify this, 100 divided by 36, we get some answer as 2.78. This is the illumination just because of this lamp at point A. And unit of this is lux. So write it as it is. Now, this is not the final answer because at this point we have effect of two lamps. I got effect of one lamp. Now let's find what about the effect because of this lamp. That is EL2. So to find EL2, now you cannot apply just this portion because it's not only depends upon intensity and also the distance. It also depends upon the angle created. We have an angle here. It is not just below the lamp. It is somewhere angle here. Okay. So the formula for that is the I by D square cos theta. Because of this angle, we got cos. You have to multiply it with a cos theta. So what is the I? I is the intensity of this lamp, second lamp. That is same 100. So that is the value. What about this D? The distance. So let me name this as a D. So that D we don't know because we know this information and we have this information. but we don't know D. You have to find. So let's find the D now. So to find D, I use this triangle. So the triangle is something like this, right angle triangle. See, this is D, right? This is a D, and this is 6 meter, and this is 16 meter. Okay. So I am taking this right angle triangle. This is the right angle triangle. So when I take the right angle triangle, this is going to become adjacent. This is the parallel, and this is the hypotenuse. So D is nothing but, how can you find the distance? Using the Pythagoras concept. Therefore, D is equal to square root of 16 square plus 6 square. So once if we simplify this, we get the value for the unknown, that is D. So it is almost approximately 17.09. That is the distance. That is value of D. So if we obtained D, just substitute it here, 17.09. This is clear. Okay. So you should be very careful here. You should take right angle triangle. Now let's see for cos theta. Using this triangle, find cos theta. That is what you need to find. So cos theta, let me write it here. So cos theta is nothing but what? It's a adjacent by hypotenuse. If you don't know those, it's just have a simple logic. Cos theta means curly brown hairs. That's the logic already I have told in the previous videos. Some people have curly brown hairs still painted black. That's the logic we are going to use here. Curly brown hairs means C stands for cos, B base by hairs means hypotenuse H. So B by H. So base is adjacent is 6. Hypotenuse is what we got here, 17.09. So once we simplify this, we get a value for cos theta, and that answer is 0.351. 0.351, the value of cos theta. Now just substitute this and try to get the answer. So let me include it here, 0.351. So these concepts are very important here, how to find the value of a D and how to find the value of cos theta. This includes only if you get an angle, right? So now after simplifying this, we get a value for EL2, that is the illumination because of the lamp 2. So that would be 2.05 lux. Okay, so let me erase this and write the answer for what actually we got it here. So we got both the values. Therefore I can say the illumination at point A is illumination because of lamp 1, that is 2.78, plus illumination due to lamp 2, that is 2.05. So once we add these two, we get it as a 4.83 lux. 4.83 lux. Don't forget to write the units. So we got the illumination at point A. Next what you need to do, you have to find illumination at point B also, because they mentioned in the first condition what is the illumination under each lamp. So when you consider this point, we have to find the same case, illumination because of this lamp L2 and illumination because of the lamp L1. So we get the same condition, and you should not repeat the process, because you should understand here the distance what I have here 6 meter is the same distance I have here, and the space is also 16 meter. So we get the value D, similar value here, and both these lamps are made up of 100 candle power, means the capacity is also same. Capacity is same. Even the effect of light what I get here, the same condition we get here because of the same distance and because of the same spacing, right? So we can say the illumination what I got here, this will also be equal to EB. The illumination what I am getting at this point will be equal to the illumination at the point B. Okay, is this clear? Because both have a same capacity. If these two are of a different capacity, then definitely you will get a different answer. You have to substitute for point B also by using the same procedure. But because of these two having the same values, we no need to substitute the value for B. We can just equate whatever the answer we got here. We can say that is equal to B also. So that is how we can find the values of illumination under each lamp. Hope this is clear. Now let's move for the second condition. So in second condition, we have to find the illumination at the midpoint, at the midway by both the lamps. So midway between the both the lamps. So these are the lamps. Midway means somewhere here, exactly in between. So we had separated these two by 16 meters. So we can say midway means from this lamp to this point we will have distance of 8 meters, and this lamp to point B we will have 8 meters. So this is the midway, right? So we are spacing it like this. Now at this point, what would be the illumination? So we can, one thing you need to identify here, this is the point where we don't have any source. We have source somewhere here. From here we will get some light on this point. So you can say, we can draw it like this. The light what we are getting from this is creating some angle. It is not exactly below the lamp. It is creating an angle. So we should use a formula, say, called I by d square into cos theta, because we have an angle. Even from this lamp also we get the same condition. We will get a light ray with an angle, and it is exactly splitted. We are finding exactly at the midway. So whatever the effect we have from this lamp, if you calculate that, we can say we have the same effect from this lamp also. First let me write the formula and tell you. Say the illumination at point C, let me take this as point C. EC can be given as illumination because of lamp 1, EL1, plus illumination because of lamp 2. Okay, right. But both lamps are of same capacity and both are having the same distance, 8 meter spacing, and height is also same, right? So what we can consider here is, if I calculate the illumination of any one of the lamp, if I say I will take L2, if I consider this and if I calculate the illumination at this point because of lamp 2, okay, if I get that, that means we can get the same, means we can equate it. We can say this is also going to give the same effect. This lamp will also give the same light at this point C, which is similar, means whatever the light I am getting from this point, we get the same from L1 also, because same capacity we have, same distance we have, same height we have. So what I can say this, I can write it like this. Once if I get that EL2, okay, EL2 will be, means I can write it like this, EL2 will be equal to EL1. So what I can do here is, if I find EL2, then I can plus add it again. You can just add it, or you can just multiply it, okay? You can just multiply it like this, into 2, twice, then you will get the answer. So let's try to find EL2 now. So what is EL2? First let us find what is EL2. You can find EL2 or EL1, anyone, okay? So from this lamp, we need to find the illumination at point C. So for that, what is the formula? First of all, I by d square cos theta. Now let me take this as d1, because already I have d here. So let me take this as d1, okay? So d1 square cos theta, right? So what is I? That is 100 illumination capacity, okay? 100 candle power by d1. So find the d1 now. So how to find d1? Let me take this triangle like this. Okay, so just a minute. Let me draw it neatly. It's a right angle triangle. This is d1. Okay, so we have a right angle here. So this is 6 and this is 8. We have right angle here. So what you can say is, you just tilt this and take this as a base and this as a parallel. 6, 8. So therefore d1 can be given as square root of 8 square plus 6 square, which is nothing but 8 square is 64, 6 square is 36. So it is square root of 100. So square root of 100 is 10. So we got d1. So d1 will be 10 into cos theta. So what is the cos theta now? Let's see that. So cos theta can be given as, therefore cos theta can be given as the base adjacent by hypotenuse. d1 is 10. So this is nothing but 0.6. So we got 0.6, right? So this is how we should identify it. You should be very careful about this point. This you have to take it as a base or adjacent. The height has to be taken as an adjacent. That is a short trick I am telling you. Don't get confused. Don't take this as an adjacent. Always take the height as an adjacent. Okay. So after getting this, let's find what is that EL2. So 100 by 10. So what would be the value here? Sorry, this is 10 square. That is 10 square. Okay. So 10 square is nothing but 100. So 100 by 100, it will be cancelled. It will be just 0.6. That is EL2. Means the light effect from this lamp is 0.6 lux. But we also have lamp 1. Even lamp 1 will also give the same effect, because it is also having the same distance, same height and the same capacity. So what I can say, therefore, the illumination at point C can be given as EL2 into 2, which is nothing but 0.6 into 2, which is nothing but 1.2 lux. Okay, so this is how we can identify the values by looking into the conditions. Okay, here this is very simple because we are not going to calculate EL1. Okay, because both the lamps having the same capacity. If the capacities were different, then you have to calculate EL1 separately, and that has to be added here. Got it? Okay. So one thing you can analyze, the illumination at this point is 1.2 lux, whereas illumination at this point was more than 4. Earlier I have written that. Okay, because it was exactly below the lamp, right? So it very clearly mentions that exactly below the source, below the lamp, we will get a more illumination. When we go far away from the lamp source, then the illumination is going to be reduced because it is creating an angle. Okay, I hope this is clear for you and you can be able to solve this kind of questions if it is asked in the exam. If yes, then like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.